Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, what a week this is in the news. This is actual history being made. In fact, this week's events will someday be the history homework that your own grandchildren will tell their teacher they couldn't finish because you died, or because you chewed it up. Neither one ever worked for Uncle Jay. And so Uncle Jay's news word for this week is momentous. Now, don't confuse this word with those bottles of Diet Coke that erupt. No, this word means historic, important. People everywhere, from Miami, Florida, to Portland, Oregon, to Hannah, Montana, the whole country knows that the inauguration of Barack Obama as our first African-American president is momentous. People have such high hopes for Mr. Obama. They're calling him the new Lincoln, the new FDR, the new kid on the block. And you know, boys and girls, maybe people's expectations are a little too high. Some people think Obama's going to fix everything. Other people think he's going to ruin everything. Most people figure they'll just give him a chance and find out. But you won't see those people on the news, boys and girls, because they don't get ratings or web hits. And remember that when you're watching. One thing Mr. Obama has promised is to try and quickly close that prison camp at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. It's a very controversial issue, and if he can do it, it will be quite... In fact, Mr. Obama will get lots of applause. He'll get major props, as you young people like to say. It'll be groovy. Oh, and let's not forget the new Congress, who are working very hard, as usual, to make something not happen, the February switch over to digital TV. And now it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Luke in Austin, Texas. Hi, Luke. Luke writes, Dear Uncle Jay, I like getting out of school for Martin Luther King Day, but my dad says the school should be open on all federal holidays to teach kids why the days are special. Don't you think that's a terrible idea? Thanks, Luke. Well, first of all, let me say that even though Martin Luther King preached nonviolence and love and forgiveness, I think this day should also be when people can get arrested for having their Christmas decorations still up. But to address your question, I'm kind of with your dad on this one. Each of these holidays is supposed to help us remember important events or people in our history. It's not just for a long weekend or a 30% off sale. You know, Luke, you'll probably live long enough to see a commercial where some guy says, I have a dream to have the lowest prices on refrigerators in the tri-state. Uncle Jay doesn't want to see that. Don't forget you can see more at Uncle Jay's website, www.unclejayexplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a great kid is great news.